everybody, it's Amber Nye here, and this is my very first YouTube video. Here on my channel, you're going to find some amazing anti-MLM content based on just my own experiences and my knowledge of being in an MLM for 5 years. So a lot of insider knowledge. I'm going to break a lot of things down, and then I will also be talking about lifestyle things, makeup, beauty, how to dress a curvier body, and living with 2 rare diseases. I am also a very green micro influencer on Instagram, and the ways to follow me on all of my other social media channels, I'll link those below. But for now, we're going to get right into it, which is my story and how I got roped into an MLM. And let's get to it. So I was part of Beachbody for 5 years, from 2013 to 2018. And in those 5 years, I saw the real inner workings and the mindset of these MLMs, and how the selling, recruiting, and how they really lie, especially corporate and these uplines, how they lie to people to just suck them in. So now I make it my mission to really speak out and educate and inform people who may not know, be as knowledgeable about this subject, and how these companies use these grooming tactics, to get people to join them. And, it's my hope that you will be able to spot those grooming tactics and the caution tape before it's too late. So how I got roped into Beachbody was in 2013. I was a new mom. I just had my second baby, and I just hated my body. I hated how I looked. I didn't bounce back as fast as I did with my first pregnancy. So I was just really feeling self-conscious, and that's the first way that Beachbody was able to catch my attention. During a late night feeding with the baby, I was up watching late night TV, of course, and an infomercial popped up on the TV, and it was for a program. And I was like, oh, you know what? I could probably do that. So I ordered it. I didn't originally have a coach, but after I had been doing this program for about 6 months, I had been posting updates on Facebook, and that's how my coach eventually found me. She was just like, hey, you know what? You could totally do this too. You're so inspiring. And coaching is, doing what you're already doing anyway, just posting what you're doing and how it works. And, you'd totally be great at this, and you can make money while doing it. So why not? And I thought, okay, why not? And I was living in a new place. We had just moved that summer to a new state for my husband to start medical school. So I had no friends, no family. I was very alone and isolated, and the thought of, having this community, this online community, was really felt great to me. Like the allure of this just supportive community and tribe of women who empower each other was very, very, it pulls you in. Like, it really pulls you in, especially if you were like me, who was in that place where I was just like yearning to connect with somebody. Oh, but little did I know about the lies, manipulation, the love bombing, and just the false empowerment that I had walked myself into. So power hours were essential to helping grow your business. So in these power hours, it was an hour block set aside of your day that you were checking in with your team, checking in with your customers, doing any sort of training, personal development. You were posting about your workout, posting about your Shakeology or your Energize or your performance supplements, whatever they have now. And then you had to make a certain number of new connections every day. So you were, friending random people on Facebook or following random people on Instagram, that kind of thing. We were told to fake it till we make it, which was essentially you were supposed to off the perception that this was so easy for anybody to do. You only had to use an hour or two a day to dedicate to your business, and your life was thriving for it, and you were making money, and you were helping people, and it helped you feel good, and you were able to be present with your kids, and yada, yada, yada. But really, it was all lies. Like, you were constantly glued to your phone. You weren't able to really be present. You weren't able to really have a life outside of this Beachbody business. We were told the more open you are, then the more people you are going to be able to connect with because of that openness. So, basically telling your whole life story to get people to connect with you on another level and to be able to trust you is what that ultimate goal was, which then in turn turned into turning them into customers and eventually part of your downline. And the ultimate goal was to always be growing your downline, because ultimately that is where all the real money is made. So if these Huns are telling you it's not about recruiting, they're a damn lie. Okay, it is always about the recruiting, because ultimately you're going to be making more money from your team's volume and what your team sells under you, rather than you just selling the products themselves. And that's the truth of it. So what made me start to really question things and really make me see the light was after I had reached that coveted diamond rank that I had worked so hard for. I literally spent hours upon hours upon hours of pouring myself into this business and into my team for me to be able to reach. Everything started falling apart, and then that's when I started noticing those red flags that I had been ignoring for so long. And yeah, it's whew, it got crazy. So you're told that when you hit diamond rank, that is really when you start to grow your business, and that it shows that you've been working, and it's the start of you really being able to kind of take a step back and maybe it be a little bit easier. But in reality, I really spent more time trying to micromanage my downline than so I could keep my rank intact. And to be honest, it was really stressful, especially when your upline is putting pressure on you to keep your rank so they don't lose their rank. Because again, all that mattered was your downline and your volume and your weekly cycle bonuses, because that's where the bulk of your income came from. So if a coach under you lost their rank, you lost your rank and you lost a good chunk of your monthly income. And so and if that happens, you feel really guilty, because you feel like you let your team down and you let your mentor down, but really it's all a crock of bullshit. I mean, the leader of my team, my mentor, literally told us that if we were not actively hitting Success Club every month, If we weren't rank advancing and showing that we were putting in the work, then we weren't worth her time. Dead serious. My husband and I were constantly fighting about money because I was spending more money than I was making to, give off the perception that being a coach and being able to be your own boss and work from home was successful for me when it wasn't, and it was really putting a lot of unneeded stress on our relationship. And then the true colors of my teammates, my sisters, um, my tribe started to come to light, especially when they start passing you in rank. They started, having this sense of entitlement and not wanting to give you the time of day. And really, it was because at the end of the day, you were their competition. You weren't teammates. That's what I talk about, this false sense of empowerment. It was all fake because you within your team, who you're recruiting below you as your personal coaches, like, everybody is everybody else's competition. And then what the thing happened, which I think is what is ultimately the downfall of every MLM, and that is I ran out of my warm market to sell to recruit, etc., etc. By warm market, I mean like my family, my friends, my acquaintances, people that I knew in person or knew through somebody else. Ran out of all of those people to recruit, sell to, and then I had to turn to trying, my cold market, which was, basically reaching out to strangers, and wasn't so easy then. Inevitably, I lost Diamond, and with it, all the perks and adoration that came with being a leader on my team. So when I got pregnant with my now 2-year-old in the summer of 2017, I decided to take a step back from the business because I was just burnt out. But I was encouraged by my upline that, having this baby would be a game changer for me and sort of a business reboot, as she put it, because, once I had the baby, then I would be able to show off my results of losing all the baby weight. During that time, I had a couple really level-headed friends come to me and be like, look, what you're doing really isn't all that it seems, and you should really kind of take a deeper look and do a little bit more research into this. So that's when I got involved in the anti-MLM community, and I started to really see how predatory my company was, and really all MLMs are, and how I was being exploited and gaslighted this whole time. During this break, I ended up being a high-risk pregnancy, and when that happened, it was like I was invisible to my whole team. These were the women who were supposed to be my sisters and my community, my tribe. And, some of them I had talked to every single day. And, when I had said that I was taking a step back to focus on me and my health and my family, it was like, okay, bye. Pure crickets, and like I didn't exist. Nobody checked up on me, thought to say, hey, how you're doing, how are you doing, how you feeling? Nothing. And by the time DJ was 6 months old, I was over it. Over the fake friendships. I was over the fake persona of empowering myself and empowering other women, over the lies and the exploitation, and ultimately over the preying on vulnerable people's insecurities to try to make a buck. Especially being a new mom for the third time, I was just really over feeling like I had to prove a point, or that my body was only worthy if I was fit and thin. I was really over just feeling like I had to lose weight just to be a person. And I decided I never wanted to feel that way again or make anybody else feel that way and try to rope them into this terribly fat phobic company. And when I left, my whole team deleted me off of Facebook. They called me bitter when I spoke out and kind of shared some truths about why I quit. And they said that I was just angry and sad and bitter because I couldn't get to the level that they were at. I mean, it's laughable, really. No matter how free these Huns tell you that they are, there will be nothing as freeing as I am now, being able to speak my mind and not feel like I have to censor myself, especially when, there's a lot of things that I am passionate about, talking about politics and activism and all those things entail. I never wanted to speak up about that before because I didn't, for fear of ruffling feathers or possibly losing someone as a customer, because again, it's just all about money. In closing, be smarter than me. If something feels like it is way too good to be true, 99.9% of the time, it is. Secondly, do your research. Not what your upline or the company itself is feeding to you. Literally get on YouTube or Google. They are great free resources for you to really search and find unbiased sources that will help you see why this is not what it's cracked up to be. Do not let these companies or these people sell you on a lie, and don't allow yourself to be gaslighted or taken advantage of. I was for just way too long, and I really wish there was somebody like me or somebody, or I wish the anti-MLM movement had been a lot bigger than it is now, back at the beginning when I was getting started. So I could have just completely saved myself and, not wasted 5 years of my life and I have nothing to show for it. And if you are thinking about joining an MLM, or you are a distributor or a coach or whatever who's already part of something and you're watching this now, please, please, please come talk to me. You do not want to end up in debt or having to jeopardize any of your relationships with the people that you love the most, just on the basis of being able to design your own life and be a boss babe and the CEO of not your own company. And that's it. That's my story. Thank you so much for watching and, taking the time to really listen to what I had to say. If you really do like this kind of content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My plan is to have new videos every week. We will see how fast I can get things churned out here, but I'm hoping 1 to 2 videos a week. So we'll see how that plays out. And again, if you have any of your own experiences that you would like to share, any conversations that you've had with Huns that you would like me to maybe break down, you can always send those to me. You can contact me through Instagram or email me. I'll link all the info of how to reach me below. And again, just thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.